Hey guys, just waiting for it to start. All right, well, I think we are on live, and this is Dr. Danielle Daniel. I am a doctor of psychology and licensed clinical social worker from San Diego, California, and I love aromatherapy. My background is studying mental health and aromatherapy. So, again, you come to this page, maybe you're new, I just want you to understand you're going to get everything that I can help you understand about aromatherapy in the brain. That is my forte, that is my special. It's a very unique niche that I've been able to create for myself because I got into essential oils. Again, I was brought up on them, but I got into them really heavily during the years I was working as a clinical psychotherapist and during the years I was getting my doctorate. So I started studying the background on essential oil research, how it fit into mental health, because again, this hadn't ever been done. So I was looking at what are some of the brain research, like neuropsychological stuff going on with our brains, and then what is research saying about essential oils in the brain. And I've been able to really put those two together, and we've been playing around with this. I've done some research studies as well, so really fun to be here with you now and talk about Niaouli, which is an essential oil that maybe a lot of us, I didn't know a lot about, and I haven't seen a ton of research. In fact, there are a total of, 18 published research studies on Niaouli. So such a new field. Essential oils, they're not new. This is like the science and medicine that's been used for thousands of years. But the research on it is newer, and we're just seeing like the potential benefits these have for ourselves, for our families. And so I'm very excited to bring to you a little bit different of an outlook on all of the essential oils. We talk about how they benefit physically, but with me, you get neurologically, right? You get psychologically, and that's what I focus on is the brain. So as you're watching this video, recorded or live, please say hello. I see a whole bunch of you joining. Great to have you guys on. And please tell me where you're joining from. I always love to see the different places. Like Natasha says, she's from Quebec. I love it. So much fun. And this is also a good time to share this or tag somebody if they're also curious about learning a little bit more of the brain benefits as well as the how to use Niaouli essential oil. Maybe you've got an essential oil group you want to share this in on Facebook. And I just want to say if someone is maybe on a computer and can be a scribe, what I mean by that is be a commenter for me. So kind of type in the key points that we talk about with Niaouli. So let's dive right in. I have my notes here. I want to hear how many of you guys in the chat box have Niaouli essential oil. How many of you guys are familiar with it or have this essential oil? And, oh, I love the smell. If you do, tell us what you've been using it for. So I'm just going to give you a little background on what it is. It smells a little bit like eucalyptus because it's high in eucalyptol content. And eucalyptus has some great benefits for the brain too. So we're going to talk about the eucalyptol that really can help that. So it's sourced from Madagascar. It's also native to Australia. So this is an oil that thrives in that same type of an environment. And again, if you're new to essential oils are little tiny aromatic molecules that sit on top of plants and protect them from everything in the environment, especially viruses, bacteria, things that swarm in the environment. The plants have been able to thrive for thousands of years because they have these little tiny essential oils. So what we do is we steam distill the leaves, for example, from the evergreen tree, and that's how you get Niaouli. It's these essential oils on top of the leaves, and they steam distill so the oil compound will lift off, and it separates the that's a loud plane going overhead if you can't hear. So it separates the matter, right, the tree, hard matter from the oil, and then the oil lifts off and it goes into a separate bin, and that's how you get this. So do you want to know how many leaves it takes? It takes 4.5 pounds of these evergreen leaves to make a 15 milliliter bottle. That's a lot of pounds for leaves. You know, leaves they don't weigh that much. They're light as a feather almost. So I'm just going to look at the comments here. Oops, cancel. I didn't mean to push end. Let's see. Okay, I just want to see how you guys are using Niaouli and have not used it yet. Okay, so So that is a little bit about Niaouli. Another background I thought was fun is the leaves were used by the indigenous Australians for teas, basket making, so it's kind of a tough leaf. I think that's really cool, and flavoring. So that's a little history. It's an evergreen, like I said, has eucalyptol content, 1/8 phenol, and alpha pinene. So if you know anything about chemistry, so again, when we think essential oils, sometimes people want to say like this kind of a wives' tale or whatever type of medicine, but it's all breaks down to chemistry. And these are real chemical compounds, natural, that aren't synthetic, that interact within your body and brain in a way that is very beneficial. What I'm trying to say is soothing to the body, synergistically works with the body versus forcing the body. So let's look at 1/8 phenol is a very cleansing type of an compound. So that's one that's called the cleansing. Alpha pinene helps, it's renewing. So it helps with regulating inflammation and tissue repair. So one essential oil product that I love called DDR Prime actually has Niaouli in it. I don't know if you guys knew that. And DDR Prime has been formulated to really help cellular health and growth. So Jennifer says you've been using it to clear airways in the morning and wake you up. Good one. I love that. And this is very good for airways. It's going to be kind of like a eucalyptus. It's going to cleanse those airways. And I love that you can use something different than eucalyptus, especially if you're really targeting those lungs and respiratory airways and needing to, like I live by, I live in San Diego by the beach, which we have the airplanes that go overhead. So I'm always diffusing Breathe essential oil. And now I'm excited to use this and diffuse this and breathe it in for my lungs to keep them cleansed. Okay, moving on. Let's talk about the skincare benefits. When you use it on the skin, you want to dilute it, okay? So remember that, especially with doTERRA essential oils, you get, what you pay for is the full essential oil, okay? Not adulterated, but if you want to put it on your skin, this one especially, you're going to want to dilute with some other type of oil. I love to use coconut oil on my skin. It's very nourishing, so this would be a good one to pair with coconut oil. And so it's similar benefits to tea tree. It's going to help, I thought was interesting with tissue repair. And it had, what did it have? It's called something cicatrisant. I didn't know what that was. Again, I do brain stuff, not skin stuff, but I thought this was cool. So it possesses cicatrisant, which helps lessen scars by speeding up new tissue development. Kind of cool. And so this would be a good one for chickenpox scars or maybe measles scars if you guys had those. I had chickenpox when I was little and I had scars, and I've been able to clear those up using different essential oils as well. So this is a good one for that. Pimples, things like that. So this is going to be a skin renewing and cleansing. Then we have oral health. I don't know how it would taste, but maybe in a tea, but it's really beneficial for oral health. One of the things it does is it highly cleanses bacteria. So I think for oral health, that would be a good one. Maybe even doing a little bit on the bottoms of the feet would be a great way to help get into the body and cleanse bacteria and toxins. What's interesting, it also helps lower body temperature and cleanse toxins. So in the case of something like feverish going on, you could use this to lower that. I would do bottoms of the feet and maybe a little bit on the back of the neck. Test your skin. You might want to use it with a dilution. Let's see, what else do I have on here? Good for stings. So insect stings and bites, that would be a good one to put on here. Stimulant to the circulatory system, and this is going to tie into our brain stuff, but again, anywhere circulatory, you can put it over the heart. You can put I like the bottom of the feet. Bottom of the feet just gets it into everything, and it's not sensitive skin, so you have a benefit across the entire body with using it on the bottom of the feet. So circulatory system, that's where I would put that. Let me go to my next page here. And wound care. So going to be again similar to Melaleuca or tea tree oil. So let's talk about how this benefits the brain. So for dilution, I would just do whatever your skin would need, at least a 1-to-1 ratio, and then from there you can kind of test it out. So thank you, Brandy, for typing in. So I appreciate that. Okay, so let's go to brain benefits. So first of all, circulatory. So when you think of circulatory benefits for the brain, again, blood is a healer. Blood is something that carries nutrients, helps your body with the secondary messenger systems, which are like your neurotransmitter systems. And so I love that this is going to help with circulation. So a way to get it into the brain to help with circulation, especially if, and again, this hasn't been researched in this way, but I'm just tying in, like you guys know I like to do, tying in the research, or tying in the properties. But if you have something, I'm trying to say this compliantly, but like a stroke or something where maybe blood hasn't circulated well, this would be a good one to get it in through inhaling bottom of the feet. So again, inhaling it just through your nose goes right to the brain, through your neural olfactory pathways. Back of the neck would be another good one, but I think inhaling it and bottoms of the feet are going to be your two best ways to get it into the brain to help with the circulatory system, even in the brain. Kind of cool. So inflammation, this is going to help regulate inflammation. So I really think of this as being something that can be beneficial for a concussion or wound to the head. So that's going to regulate inflammation and increase the circulation. Another one, it's going to be emotionally cleansing. When you think of something that helps cleanse, okay, cleanse toxins, that means even toxins and neurotoxins sitting in the brain. So it's going to be emotionally cleansing. In fact, just going to kind of end on this point that I thought was really cool. There is a research study on eucalyptol, okay, eucalyptus. So eucalyptol, which is inside of Niaouli, has been studied with schizophrenia psychosis and showed to improve mental clarity. So remember, I'm talking about circulation, right? Regulating inflammation and cleansing. We say cleansing, you're cleansing toxins that disrupt normal functioning in the brain. So it's going to help with mental clarity. So this may also help with things, memory issues, dementia type of memory type stuff as well. It may. Would love to see if you guys use it and let me know. But these are kind of the chemistry we're looking at and what it could potentially do in the brain. So I would say concussions, strokes, mental clarity, anytime you need mental clarity, are going to be some of your best bets with using Niaouli, just diffusing it. And then the side benefit is when you diffuse it and inhale it, it's good for your respiratory system. So I love that about it. So those are the few ways that I would use it. This is our brain talk today on Niaouli, and just looking at some ways to help you guys explore new essential oils and new properties that can up level or increase what you're doing to improve brain health and to improve overall health in general. So thanks so much, you guys, for being on, and I will see you next week on the Teen Talk. If you haven't checked out the Brain Essentials website, I've got a lot of material on there, including my book on mental health and aromatherapy for PTSD, that you can learn a little bit more about the brain and essential oils and how to tie those two together. All right, you guys, have a wonderful rest of your day. We'll see you again soon. Yes, thank you. Bye-bye.